Hi guys, Julie Motlag here. If you are a subscriber and you are returning to my channel, welcome back. If you're new, welcome to my channel, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And also, as you're listening to this video, if you have any great fragrances that you're currently loving, I would love to hear about them, so don't forget to leave me a comment. So today I have a really exciting video, and this one has been requested multiple times, and I know it's fall, it's getting cooler outside for some of us, others in warmer regions, it's still a little warm, but it's starting to become the time for our favorite fall fragrances nonetheless. So today I wanted to talk about two in particular that people are going crazy about. So the two that everybody has been reaching out to me about are Ducassa from the House of Greedy and Bodacious from Boadicea the Victorious. They're both cherry gourmands. They both share a lot of the same notes. If you smelled them both, simultaneously, I think that you would say, wow, that's the same fragrance. But as you leave them on and let them become their scent, there are a lot of differences. So I wanted to just talk about that today, talk about which one I prefer and when, why I have both when they do smell a little like similar, and then really what the notes are, and also which one is easiest to get. So let's get to it. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Bodacious. This is a house that I am quickly falling in love with. I haven't smelled a fragrance yet from this line that I haven't liked. So we'll talk about more of those scents and what they smell like later, but this one won my heart and was the first one I purchased from the house. So Bodacious is cherry in the top. It's got some cognac, some clove. It's got some of the almond note in it that we're used to. And then in the mid, you get some heliotrope, some jasmine. I believe there's a little bit of rose. But in the base notes in this scent is where it really shines, in my opinion. The cherry stays present throughout the entire performance, right? But I think where this one really shines is in the base. So it's got some tobacco, some vanilla, some musk, a little bit of sandalwood, some vetiver. It's so beautiful. You've got a little bit of the amber notes in here. It's very sweet. You smell the vanilla and the cherry. And so this one's longevity is really fantastic. And it's just such a gorgeous fall scent. For some reason, I'm really into kind of the sweeter cherry notes, almond scents this particular season. I don't know why, but I've been waiting all summer to wear these. So this fragrance, I mean, I think it's very classy, it's very sexy, it's refined. It is exactly what it's marketed as, which is a cherry scent. And it's got some cognac in it. So you really do get that like boozy scent at the top. And it lives up to its notes. I mean, everything that is listed, you can smell it, you can enjoy it. And I will say that this fragrance is a huge, huge compliment getter. I had a wedding last weekend, and one of the gentlemen that's a friend with my husband, he borrowed this and sprayed it on and wore it to the wedding. And throughout the night, so many people came up to him and gave him a compliment. So great, great scent, crowd pleaser. It's just delicious. It's really, really nice. But it is unisex. So I wear it. As a matter of fact, I wore it today. Men can wear it. It's truly a unisex scent, and just there's not enough good words I could say about this. And I'm clearly in love with it. So next up is Ducassa. So Ducassa is also a cherry fragrance, but the top notes are a little bit different in Ducassa. This is such a gorgeous bottle. It's so classy, right? So in the top, you have the sour cherry, you have a little bit of bitter orange, some peach, and some saffron. So I would say that this scent has definitely some floral notes in it that you can pick up on as well. In the mid is where those floral notes really start to come out, and they're the white florals, maybe some jasmine, and a little bit of cloves I pick up on. And then in the base, you have some of the almond note actually, and a little patchouli, maybe a tiny bit of iris, and very, very sweet scent. And this one is just, I mean, such a holy grail cherry fragrance. In my opinion, it's one of the best. So I really, really love this. I love the bottle. I love the presentation. And I think that it's such a really warm and spicy and cozy fall scent. It's sweet, but not too sweet. It's nutty. It's, you do smell the patchouli, maybe a tiny bit of citrus, and again, the iris. So the longevity and performance on this is also very, very good. In just a moment, I'm going to talk about the commonalities between Bodacious and Ducassa, and I'm going to talk about what's different, and also which one I reach for which occasion. But Ducassa will not disappoint. It's so powdery and just cozy. It is absolutely what I imagine smelling like on a nice, crisp fall day. It's very much inoffensive. So if you wanted to wear this to the office, if you wanted to wear it to church, if you wanted to wear it to an event where you would be around a lot of people and you don't want to overpower anyone, this definitely will do that. But you also could dress this up and wear it to a very formal event. It's beautiful, and it's very sultry and sensual. And if you wore it on a date, somebody's going to want to scoot a little bit closer to you because it's just so beautiful. So next up, we're going to talk about the common notes and, what some of the things are that smell alike in the two fragrances, and then also what's different. Okay, so obviously these are both cherry fragrances. They both are very fall appropriate. They are both unisex. They both have great longevity. I think they are both great date night scents because they're both super sensual, very sexy scents. They're very warm. They're both a little bit on the spicy side, a little bit on the powdery side. And they do have a similar smell to them. But that's where it ends, because if you get a little more kind of into the individual scents that you smell, I would say there are some differences. So with Ducassa, you get more of the bitter cherry at the top when you first spray it on. You also get the saffron and a little bit of the bitter orange. So it's also a little more floral in the beginning and throughout the entire performance, but you definitely pick up on the florals. Whereas Bodacious, this one is really like that cherry, sweet, but very boozy. You get that cognac in the top, and that makes this one just kind of pop a little more, in my opinion, when you first spray it on. I think it's a little louder than Ducassa is. So definitely boozier in the top. And then you can get a little tiny bit of that smoky tobacco that you don't get with Ducassa. Ducassa is going to give you more of probably the patchouli and a little bit of the iris, where you don't really get that with the Bodacious. Bodacious is, you get some of the sandalwood and the vetiver, whereas you get a little more of like the jasmine and the clove with Ducassa. So when I am thinking about wearing these, the one that I reach for the different occasions. So if I'm going to go out maybe to a formal event, to a nice dinner, if I want to go to the theater or concert, or, a really formal date, or anything that's going to, entail me dressing up a little more, I'm going to reach for Bodacious. And the reason is because it's just a little boozier, it's a little louder, it's a little stronger. It does last a bit longer than Ducassa does. Now, if I'm going to something a little more refined, like meaning that I don't want to smell loud, and I don't necessarily want to be singled out for the way that I smell, I might reach more for Ducassa. You can't go wrong with either scent because they are both fantastic. But yeah, this one's just a little more dialed back. I think the almond is more dialed back in Ducassa, whereas in Bodacious, the almond is way more present, which I love almond scents just as much as I do cherry. And when you put them together, it's just phenomenal in my opinion. So Bodacious for more formal events, and I think, Ducassa more everyday. It could be a signature fall scent. It's certainly, I'm going to be wearing both of them. Now, to kind of address the elephant in the room, a lot of people reached out to me because they can't find Ducassa. Ducassa is really, really difficult to find, especially in the US. I found it on a website in Italy, and since then I have gotten some inventory in because, as you might know if you've watched my channel, I'll be opening the Niche Fragrance House in October. So I had some inventory of Ducassa and I literally sold out in less than a week. So I haven't been able to get more bottles, but I am definitely working on it. And I'm also working on getting Bodacious because they're both so fantastic. Do I think that you could have one or the other in your fragrance wardrobe? I do. I think you could choose one or the other. I prefer having them both because one's a little bit, lighter, creamier, softer, powderier. That's Ducassa. And then like this one is just a little more kind of fun and loud and boozy and what I like to wear when I go out and I'm dressing up a little bit. So anyway, I also have something that I like to do, which is to layer my scents with lotion. So I want to talk about the lotion I found that goes really well with both of these scents. So the lotion that I found is actually from Bath and Body Works, and it's called Bonfire Bash. And it's really sweet. It's really like marshmallowy and caramel. And I have been layering this. I got the body wash and I got the lotion or the body cream. So I've been layering this under Bodacious and Ducassa. I also have two kind of honorable mentions that I wanted to talk about. So my fragrance wardrobe for the fall is going to be more of the Gourmand almond cherry, very sweet scents. That's just what I'm feeling this fall. So one that I think is absolutely fantastic is Italica from Xerjoff. So I know this was a really big hit last year. A lot of people were talking about it. And some people either love it, and I've seen and heard some people who hate it. But I love it. I think it is such a masterpiece and it smells so delicious. It's very much a kind of milky almond. It's got, again, like Ducassa, it's got the saffron in the top. It's toffee, it's got some bourbon, some vanilla. It's got a little bit of musk and sandalwood, so it's very powdery. It's very sweet and lactonic. And just all the things I love in a fragrance and how cozy and warm it is. I mean, this just makes me feel so good when I wear it. Like, it just puts me in the fall mood. I want to like smell like this all day, every day. So this is another one that is in my consistent rotation this fall. And then the last one that I think is really great is also from Xerjoff, and this is Cambridge Club. So I found this one this summer, and this one I believe should be a staple in everybody's Xerjoff lineup. And the reason why is because not only does it smell great on its own, it's kind of it's got a little bit of rose at the top with some coriander, and then in the base, it's got the bourbon, the vanilla, and some caramel. So it's sweet with it's a caramel with a tiny hint of rose in it. And it's just so gorgeous and classy. And every time I wear this, compliments galore. It's beast mode for longevity. It just lasts forever, but my husband loves it. It never fails. Whenever I wear it, I get tons of compliments. But the reason that I say that this one should be in everybody's wardrobe is because it layers so well with so many scents. So for example, I wear Italica, and I'll put Italica on, and then I'll spray this on top of it. I spray this on top of Ducassa sometimes. I've sprayed it on top of Bodacious. I have sprayed this on top of Chocolate Greedy from Montal. I've also sprayed it with Lyra. So Lyra and Cambridge Club go really, really well together. But I just love how versatile and sweet and cozy that these fragrances are, especially Cambridge Club. So highly recommend trying this, ordering a sample maybe if you haven't already. So thanks for watching the video today. I hope you learned a little bit about the cherry fragrances and some of my favorites for fall. Don't forget, we will be opening our doors in the early part of October, and the site's going to be selling fragrances that are hard to get your hands on. So things like Ducassa and Bodacious, things you can't find necessarily in the stores in the US. So I'm super excited to bring all of these scents to you. In the meantime, don't forget to comment below and let me know if there's a fragrance that you absolutely love, and you know that it's going to be something that others love as well. I would absolutely appreciate hearing about it so that I can try it out and test it and maybe make a review about it. So just let me know. Otherwise, happy fall, everyone. Bye.